Hello students, welcome to week 3. This week you will demonstrate your understanding of the processes of developing course learning outcomes, as well as demonstrate the importance that organization plays in the design process. You will be given the opportunity to analyze the impact technology has on learning types and critically reflect on your own learning process. Remember that you will be asked to make a specific decision and to justify that decision. Let's take a few minutes to review the learning outcomes for this week. During week 3, you will delineate the differences between goals and objectives, demonstrate the understanding of the role organization plays in the design process, analyze the impact technology has on learning types, and develop course learning outcomes. Now let's review the assignments. This week you will complete assignments on establishing course learning outcomes, organizing instruction, evaluating and describing your own course design, and reviewing different learning environments and instructional activities. It is always best to review the discussion board rubric before composing your discussion board answers and before you post them. This rubric is always used to grade discussion board assignments, and the rubric is found by clicking on About Discussions on the sidebar. This week the required reading comes from chapters 6, 7, and 8. Chapter 6, Instructional Goals and Objectives, discusses the importance of understanding instructional goals and objectives and the difference between the two. Chapter 7 is about organizing instruction. This chapter reinforces the importance of organization during the instructional design process. And Chapter 8 is about learning environments and instructional activities. This chapter looks at the ever-changing learning environments and the new tools that are available to help create new dynamic instructional activities. I realize that sometimes it helps to get the big picture. Notice how there are learning outcomes at every level. All of these learning outcomes also correlate. The difference, of course, is that institutional learning outcomes will be the broadest of the learning outcomes, program learning outcomes will be narrower, and the most specific learning outcomes will be the course learning outcomes. This assignment asks you to consider the course you identified for development in your Week 2 assignment. You are also to determine what approach would be best for determining your goals and objectives. You are to identify the approach you will use and then justify all of your choices. This slide provides more information about the first discussion board assignment. You will develop at least 2 goals and 2 objectives that align with your course. You will need to reflect on the processes and identify any learning outcomes that you would like specific advice about. You may use the fast chart example. It is depicted at the bottom of this slide. And don't forget, you must respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Organizing instruction. The goal of every instructional designer is to create effective, efficient, and satisfying learning experiences for every student. Understanding the organization of instruction and making use of a variety of instructional activities meet this goal. This is a quote from your textbook. Organizing content and activities is the next step in the instructional design process. You will answer the question, what am I supposed to do with all this information? There are a variety of approaches that have been introduced in this program. Using the course you have identified for your final project, explain how you will organize your instruction and what approach you will use. This slide just basically recaps the assignment from the previous page. Using the course you have identified for your final project, explain how you will organize your instruction, and define what approach you will use. In the next assignment, you should brainstorm solutions to answer the following questions. How much content will your week-long course have? What kind of support activities will be offered for students who need extra help? What kind of activities will be offered to meet the needs of students who are seeking greater challenges? And as always, make sure to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. In addition to the questions on the previous page, you will need to brainstorm solutions to answer these questions. What kind of inactive, iconic, and symbolic activities will be presented? Notice how inactive is the broadest at the bottom. This involves the least action from learners. Iconic and symbolic learning are the most narrow. Inactive learning involves learning through movement or action. Iconic learning involves learning through images or icons, and symbolic learning comes from reading and research. In the journal assignment for this week, you are to reflect on the courses that you have completed here at Ashford. Have there been any courses that were difficult to complete due to their design? What was it about the design of the course that you feel made it difficult? If you were given an opportunity, how would you improve them? Make sure that you answer all 3 questions in this journal assignment. The final activity in this module asks you to consider the learning environments and the instructional activities. The authors of the book directly state, specifying the learning environment and instructional activities is an important part of the instructional design process. This can be found on page 133. You are to use the course that you have selected for your final project and answer specific questions about this assignment. One of the questions in this assignment is that you will need to decide whether the learning environment will be open-ended or directed. Open-ended or directed both have carefully planned instructional events. Open-ended or directed allows students to take an active role in each of the instructional events. This means that you are going to have to choose something and justify your choice. Will your learning environment be open-ended or will it be directed? What is the difference between the two? When considering the question of whether you want to have open-ended or directed learning environment, I suggest that you review the chart on page 119 of your textbook. It provides an excellent table that compares these 2 learning environments. This slide contains a picture of a website that allows you to create an account to explore and/or create curriculum. I am not promoting this website. I am in the beginning stages of exploring it. Please feel free to give me your feedback if you review it. Next, I want to talk about a few of the specifics regarding this assignment. First, the content should answer all of the questions in the assignment. Next, the length of your paper should be 3 to 4 pages, and this does not include the title or the reference page. For source information, you will be expected to provide 2 sources. This includes the textbook and 1 other source. Please remember that source information should support your opinion. It should not be your opinion. Your title page and reference page should be done in APA format. Your paper should be grammatically correct. I also encourage you to review the specific requirements in regards to APA that are found in the announcement section under Course Home. This slide is the documentation for the source information that is used in this presentation. You will also find links to this on the page that is below the video. I want to remind you that you can contact me by email, phone, or ask the instructor. If you contact me by phone and I do not answer the phone, I will call you back as soon as possible. Please be aware that I do check Ask the Instructor section and my school email at least twice a day.